Hey guys, welcome back. It's Dawn. And I've got a bit of a mess here. Whenever you're working with a lot of reds, it ends up kind of looking like a bloodbath. But while I'm in the middle of making messes, I might as well just make another one. So the first attempt at this failed. I had an issue with my base color. As you can see, I've scraped and cleaned it up. But I had tons of little mini chunks and bubbles. So I kind of had to start back at square one and remix everything. This is my blue-black pillow, and I've got this fairly thin, and I'm being careful to not get too much base down because it's very easy with this to spin your design right off the edge, and you don't want that. That's not the idea. The idea is to create a design and have it flow out evenly and stay on the facing side. A little running down the sides is pretty, so I'm fine with that. But, so my blue-black base here is Amsterdam ultramarine blue with a little bit of oxide black in it. So I'm just gonna smush this out. It's running pretty fast because it is thin. I just want to make sure that I don't have so much that I lose my design, and so that I can compensate by making my design more compact if I need to. So getting this back to the center and centered on my spinner. I'm going to give it a torch. All right, so I'm working with my little eyedroppers, and I'm letting my paint fill them up, and then just dropping down the design one drop at a time. So let's keep this fairly small and compact. And when you're spinning out a design, you actually have to exaggerate your shape a little bit because it can go off unevenly and cause a problem. So this is this little piggy ball gown. And I just want to make sure that my dot sizes are fairly uniform. They don't have to be perfect. All right, so that is this little piggy ball gown. And then on top of it, I'm dropping this deep red mix. This is carmine red, Amsterdam, with oxide black, and this is going right on top of the ball gown. And when I did this the first time, I was so disappointed to see my design getting skewed by the globs of dried paint skins in my base. So I wanted to replicate it. Okay, so that's my first pattern. And then I'm using this little piggy grenache and going outside of that. Oops, always got to get a bubble in there. Okay, and the next one, this is this little piggy Twinkle. And then on top of that is going my deep red mix again. There, and that will be the last one of those. And this is polycolor pearl red pigment. And this dries so pretty over this deep blue-black base. And I think that another section of this little piggy grenache is in order. And then I think in the very center, we'll do the ball gown. And not put the dots on top of it. And I think that's about as much as I can fit on here because it is going to spread out. So, get our skewer, and I need to be very careful that I'm staying within the lines for this. So I'm following each row of dots. There. Pretty little heart pattern of hearts. All right. So, just going to push this over the edge, wet that edge so that everything goes off evenly. And then I'll be making adjustments with the placement of my MDF round to make sure that it stays moving evenly. All right, light spin to start, see how fast it's moving. And the nice thing about working with the acrylic pouring medium with no house paint is that you can stop when your design is where you want it and it will dry smooth with no cracks. I like that a lot because many times you are trying to preserve your design and you just can't because you're leaving too much paint on the canvas and it's causing problems. On MDF with acrylic pouring medium, that doesn't happen. So this is basically my no house paint bloom pouring medium and just used for a regular acrylic pour. All right, it is reaching the edge and it needs another torch. And now I can see that this is sliding a little bit more this way than it is this way. So what I want to do, and I don't mind losing some of this outside edge, as long as it's even. So just slid it out that way in the direction that I need the paint to go in. And we're going to take a look and see how fast that's moving. And it's moving pretty fast. And in order to maintain some of my heart shape, this is where I'm going to stop. And it is uneven, but I don't want to continue to spin and lose any more of the design. It's okay if it's not perfectly symmetrical. So I'm going to give this a torch, clean it up, and bring you in for a close-up so you can see how pretty this is. And there. So it doesn't look all that spectacular and interesting just yet. But all the areas that appear white right now are super sparkly, and they are going to dry a color. And it's going to be really pretty because they're all shades of red and purple. So I will be back when this is dry. Okay, so it is all dry. It's such a cute design. Reminds me of pajamas for some reason. Anywho, it's really hard to pick up the colors on the camera, but in real life they're very sparkly and they are very vibrant, really pretty. I've got a bit of texture here, and that is because I left so much paint on the surface, but that should recede underneath the resin. Let's hope. So anywho, this is this little piggy ball gown, and this little piggy grenache, and these pretty pink ones are the polycolor pearl red interference pigment. And then I have the ball gown with the custom deep red on top. And this is the grenache again. And then twinkle from this little piggy underneath the custom deep red. So in the next video coming up, I am going to be doing a mixing video. I haven't done one of those in a while. So I'm going to show you the best way to use the gel gloss that you have, regardless of whether it's soft, regular, heavy, or extra heavy, so that you don't get lots of foam and bubbles. I learned a lot from a conversation with a representative from Golden, and I'm going to share that with you. So thank you for watching, and I will catch up with you very soon. Take care. Bye for now.